ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Ambassador Sofia Tsvamariam addresses a group of friends in defense of the UN Charter. Haga School of Assistant Nurse graduates 122 students. Algeria to expel 12 French embassy officials. Severe Spain flood hit Lanzarote after torrential rains. On our local news, Ms. Sofia Tsvamariam, permanent representative of the state of Eritrea to the United Nations, addressed a third meeting of the national coordinators of the group of friends in defense of the UN Charter held in Moscow, Russian Federation from 14th to 16th April. In her address, Ambassador Sofia stated that, and convened, the third meeting of the national coordinators comes at a critical transitional period in which the defunct unipolar and so-called rules-based order have proven flawed and ineffective in resolving both existing and emerging global crises. Under this unjust system, nations, particularly those of the global south, have long burnt of the hegemonic political, military, economic, and other interests of few powerful countries. Nonetheless, Ambassador Sofia emphasized that the recent global developments indicate that the twisted international order and its institutions can no longer be sustained and must be given away to the polycentric global framework. Such a framework would enable all nations to play their rightful roles and coordinate on a level playing field. At this crucial juncture of the group of friends in defense of the UN Charter must resolve to seize the momentum to advocate for a just, peaceful and representative international order. Ambassador Sofia reiterated that, like several other members of the state of the group, Eritrea has been a continuous to the subject and illegal and unjust unilateral immediate intimidating measures that deny nations the right to their development. She called for immediate and unconditional rejection and termination of such measures. She also urged the group of friends to act in solidarity and unity to mitigate this harmful effect, including by pursuing legal redress those relevant in UN bodies. In this regard, she stressed that the UN General Assembly, as the most representative international body, should continue its deliberations on matters that provide practical recommendations for eliminating this imposition for unilateral intimidating measures. Concluding her remark, Ambassador Sofia reaffirmed Eritrea's commitment to engaging constructively with the group and its members to advance the shared objective preserved in the UN Charter. Hagaz School of Assistant Nurse graduates 122 students from its certificate program on 12th April. The students completed 1.5 years of theoretical and practical training and are members of the 34th round of the national service. Mr. Gabra Brahan Haptegirgis, director of the school, stated that students successfully completed their practical training at hospitals and health facilities in Barantu, Dakamhare, Karen, and Mendefera. He encouraged the students to continue developing their professional skills in their respective workplaces. Noting that the healthcare profession requires wisdom, ethics, and knowledge, Lieutenant Colonel Ayat Haimanot, head of the Glass Military Hospital, urged the graduates to live up to the expectation of the people and the government that provided them the training opportunity. A representative of the graduates expressed their readiness to serve the people in diligence and commitment. The graduation ceremony was attended by Brigadier General Tkhlelupsu and Commander of the Popular Force Command, Brigadier General Mikhail Hans, Chief of the Staff of the Popular Force Command, and Dr. Haile Mhtun, Executive Director of Higher Education Institutions and Research. Since its establishment in 2013, Hagaz School of Assistant Nurse has graduated a total of 436 students, including 188 females. Training on administration and leadership was provided to 73 youth engaged in youth activities at area administrations and village levels. The training organized at Adaya subzone was attended by youth from the subzone of Torona, Ma'aini, Saganeti, Dakamhare, San'afa and Adaya. Mr. Girmay Gabru, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region, stated that the objective of the training was to enhance the leadership capacity of youth and expand their union's activity to areas, administrations, and village levels. Mr. Haptaitis Fazgi, administrator of the subzone, urged the trainees to apply the knowledge they gained from the training in implementing the objective of the union and to serve as role models for fellow youth in their communities. As part of the training program, the trainees also visited development sites in Adaya subzone. The viewers will be back with the international news shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Algeria has asked 12 French embassy staff to leave the country within 48 hours. The measures taken in linked with the indictment of 3 Algerians in France on Friday, one of whom was consular official. They are accused in involvement of the abduction last year of 41-year-old Amir Bahrouz, who had been reportedly being granted asylum in France in 2023. In case this is the latest in growing number of the incidents to have worsened rift between France and Algeria, as it further sabotaged fragile steps made last month to repair relations between the two nations. The 12 French officials asked to leave yesterday includes some members of the French Interior Ministry. The ministry claimed to move was not a coincidence, as it happened in a very specific context, with the aim of sustaining the process of the relaunching bilateral relations. On our last news. Hundreds of homes and roads in Lanzarote has been flooded after torrential rainfall swept across the Canary Island on Saturday. Lanzarote's government declared a state emergency overnight after 6 centimeters of rain poured down in popular holiday destination in just 2 hours. No injuries has been reported by the Spanish authorities, and a state of emergency was lifted on Sunday morning. The head of Lanzarote's emergency service told local media some homes have been submerged, with floodwaters leaving behind a great quantity of mud. Dramatic footage circulating on social media shows a large surge of floodwater flowing rapidly under the bridge, leaving cars stranded on flood roads. The Canaries are particularly vulnerable to floods when it hit intense rain, as their dry climate and volcanic rocks means the ground does not absorb large volumes of water well. Spanish Meteorological Service has issued weather warning for many areas of the country from Sunday to Tuesday, including storms in the northeast, rain of the Balearic Islands, and with part of the both north and south coast. The viewers, have come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Ambassador Sofia Tesfamariam addressed a group of friends in defense of the UN Charter. Haga School of Assistant Nurse graduates 122 students. Algeria to expel 12 French embassy officials. Severe floods hit Lanzarote after torrential rains. That wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching.